following article was published on May 23, 1917 in the American Lutheran Survey, and of course the world was at war with World War I at that point. And the article is titled, Conditions in Russia. Conditions in Russia seem clear enough if by Russia is meant the capital city, the army, the laboring classes, and the politicians who are in the limelight of publicity. The huge masses of Russian people may or may not find expression through the temporary government who presume to speak for them. Be that as it may, even the British censor has found it to be good politics to transmit news reports from Petrograd in which it is decided or declared that the United Workmen's and Soldiers' Council have protested against Foreign Minister Miljukov's latest note to the Urinate powers, in which he avows that Russia proposes to continue the war to a victorious issue. The Council has demanded Miljukov's resignation. It is reported that for weeks not a shot has been fired on the Austro-Russian front, and that the Russian-German soldiers fraternize between the lines. This condition of affairs shows that there is a virtual armistice on the Eastern Front. The position of Russia as an active factor in the World War thus seems to be eliminated. It is furthermore reported that in consequence of the armistice, German troops are being transported from the East Front to the West Front to take their places as reserve or trench fighters in France. The power in Russia obviously rests in the hands of the representatives of the workmen and soldiers. The provisional government will either make a separate peace with Germany, or it will be deposed and a government constituted which will do the bidding of the workers and soldiers. Thus far, Miljukov has defied the populace. At recent demonstration in Petrograd, which he addressed from the balcony of the palace, Foreign Minister Miljukov exhorted the people to continue the war until the attainment of victory. The provisional government, he said, is a sailing vessel which can only move with the help of the wind. We look then for your trust, which is the wind that is to make our ship go forward. I hope you will supply us with all that breeze, and that your confidence will aid us in propelling Russia towards liberty and prosperity, and in upholding the dignity of our great free country. Hundreds of factory workers, preceded by double files of soldiers, marched down the Nevsky Prospect with a banner inscribed, "Away with temporary government," and detachments of soldiers gathered in front of the headquarters of the provisional government, carrying red flags with inscriptions demanding the resignation of the foreign minister, and paraders carried similar banners calling for the resignation of the provisional government. The soldiers and workmen who marched the streets bore banners inscribed, "Down with Miljukov." Discontent has been smoldering because of the common people realized that the minister was not in sympathy with the peace program of the populace. The workmen and soldiers declared that they should have been consulted before the communication of the Foreign Office to the Allied nations that Russia would not slacken her effort in the struggle against the Central Powers was forwarded. And between the minister's war program and the peace program of the Workmen's and Soldiers' Council, it seems rather probable that the provisional government will have to obey the orders of the people and conclude a separate peace or revolution, will expel them from office and create a government obedient to their wishes.